And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben. Look, Bitcoin Ben's going live. My friends, my fellow Americans, my fellow freedom-loving people, my fellow humans, shall we say. Today's a new day, folks. Today, let me shut off my heater because I'm up in St. Louis now, hence the sweater. It's cold up here. I return to Florida tomorrow. Today's a new day. It's a new journey. It's a new adventure. It's a new mission for all of us. We have the greatest jobs ever in humanity. Over the next 5 years. Now, don't think of it as, 5 years. Think of it one day at a time. For the next 5 years, we are going to fundamentally change the universe. And I do not say that lightly. Fundamentally change the universe. Because we are going to change the understanding of humans. We are going to release the creativity and the magic that is humans. We have been educated, quote unquote, and indoctrinated to think that we're just here for a little while, folks. Enjoy life while you can. You only got one life to live. Your perspective on life is going to change. Your perspective of who you are is going to change. Your view of humanity is going to change. What you think a human is going to change. See, right now, you're trapped in your teachings. You're trapped in this illusion. Even those who think that they are awake don't realize how much you are truly trapped in an illusion. But what you need to understand for the next 5 years, folks, is right now you see about that much of life. All right. Over the next 5 years, you're going to see a much larger picture than what you see now. Because the preparation is over. And I have to say this before I get too far into this episode. Hodl the Bitcoin. Because apparently, and somebody act surprised when I say this, not all of the exchanges hold the Bitcoin they claim to hold. I want every lady watching to clench her pearls in surprise. There's about to be a run on Bitcoin, and it ain't from retail, folks. It is from the exchanges trying to accumulate their shortages of Bitcoin. Most exchanges hold about, I'd say, 60 to 65% of what they claim they hold. Let's just say the old saying, never short Bitcoin. Oh, that's about to come absolutely true and be proven out again. There has been a run on the exchanges. Big time. People are finally understanding what it means to own your own keys. Get your Bitcoin out of the exchanges. Get your cryptos off the exchanges. I don't want to hear one person complain. I got caught up in whatever the hell that name of that company is. EMZ or ZMD or FLX, FTX, whatever the hell it was. They've got my Bitcoin. Well, dumbass, that's because you left it there. Like I've said, do you go shopping at Walmart and then leave the full cart at the fucking checkout? Thank you for letting me shop at Walmart. I'm just going to leave my frozen pizzas here. I'll be back when I need them. If that's you, you're an idiot. Now, if you're sitting there listening to me and you have cryptos on Coinbase or crypto.com or any of those, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I think I'll get those off pretty soon. I want you to get up, get in front of a mirror, and repeat after me. I'm the dumbass who's gonna lose my coins. And then I'm gonna blame cryptos for my stupidity. Except that you're stupid if you still have cryptos on exchanges. You may want to get out of cryptos because cryptos does require a level of control, responsibility, and action. If you're too lazy to get your cryptos off exchanges, you're probably the special kind of person that doesn't need to be in cryptos yet. Now, I digress. But please don't be a dumbass. Because people who play dumb games win dumb prizes. Let's all just remember that. Now, we have a job to do, folks. And when I say a job, I mean a job. We have to educate ourselves with continued education. We have to educate our friends. We have to educate our neighbors. You have to get off your ass. Yes, I know the struggle's real. Get off your ass and save this world. Those of you who sit on your ass and watch superhero movies on Netflix, you're the problem. If you're a man and you're not out there fighting for your freedom, now I'm not saying slugging, no, but using your voice, using your dollars, using your Bitcoin, using your Litecoin, using your Divi, using whatever means you have possible to get this world back to the people. I'm doing a 3-hour show tonight. Now, the first half hour, maybe hour, is going to be dedicated to silver and learning how to handle silver, learning how to get it, learning how to sell it, learning how to launch your own silver company with my help. But the 2 hours after that is all about 1913. I want to stress that 1913 is such a relevant year globally. Do you know what happened in 1913 in South Africa? Bet you a dollar you don't. I do. And do you know what happened in South Africa that led and helped lead to the creation of Israel? Do you know what happened in 1913 in an area called Palestine? No. Do you know about the 3 illegal migration events in 1913 into the Ottoman Empire? You don't? But that's what led to the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. Do you know the definition of Aryan? Do you know the definition of Zion, Zionist? Do you know the Reconstruction after the Civil War? Have you ever heard of a movie in 1911 called The Birth of a Nation? No. Did you know how many fires happened from 1910 until 1913 all over America that involved almost every single paper government document prior to the Civil War? Oh, yeah. Did you know that in 1913 that the federal government basically started keeping track of numbers off of a guess, off of a number that was pulled out of thin air? Did you know that the American Census Office requested numbers from each major city in America? And the request was for an estimate. Did you know in the 1880 census, New York said they had less than 1 million people? But then, after Reconstruction, they amended that number to 9 million. They said if they would have used the correct number, they wouldn't have enough seats in the House of Representatives and the Senate. My friends, tonight we're going to start a 2-year journey of a weekly history show and economic show. And I'm launching another show. Oh, the amount of content that's going to come out of this sexy face is about to quadruple. See, because I'm not going to sit here and have a hot cup of shut the up while my world is turned into a prison. When I get done with you and everyone else who's about to join this huge revolution, you are going to be educated on the true history of this world. You're going to be educated on the true history of America. You're going to understand why the government refers to you and your physical body as a franchise. Anyone hear a certain guy from Florida last night do a speech? Did anybody hear him say, and look this up, he went off script for a second when he was talking about the governor of Florida. And he said the governor of Florida had called him and congratulated him a while back. And the governor of Florida said, "You've done something that no one has done since Reconstruction." And Trump said, "Is that what you call it?" After the Civil War. And the governor of Florida said, "Yes, I call it the Reconstruction." Now, most people glossed right over it, went way over their head, had no idea what Trump was even frickin' talking about. But that was the biggest hint he dropped all last night. Most people just didn't recognize it. But if you know the history of Florida, if you know the history of Reconstruction, if you know the history of elections, U.S. structure, U.S. nationhood, then you understood exactly what he was saying. This is what people don't understand. Folks, we're not going all the way back to the 90s. We're not going all the way back to the 1950s. We're not going all the way back to the 1890s. Oh no, my friends. We are building and creating the new America that is actually based on freedom. Hank Williams Jr. and Willie Nelson and a few other of my favorite country music singers have sang a certain song. The song is called "The South is Gonna Do It Again." If you understand what I mean, then you understand what I mean. But it's going to take at least a year's worth of education for me to get you up to par on real history. And it's your guys' job to spread the history. I'm going to give you the documents. I'm going to give you the knowledge. I'm going to give you the original writings. I'm going to explain the 13th Amendment and why it was written the way it was. I'm going to educate you on the misleading phraseology of the Caesarian mafia. Why they phrase things a certain way. How they do it. My friends, it's going to be so much fun educating people on the truth of America. Because you guys are going to learn things that after you watch it, you're going to sit there and you're going to think to yourself, I have to watch that again because it doesn't fit with what I think reality is. But the second time you listen to it, your brain will have had enough time to link. Yes, this will be on FGTV. Now, on my Patreon channel, there will be history shows too. But I'm making a transition over the next 2 years because we got a long fight, folks. And all it is for the truth. The truth has got to come out. And the American people have to, the global people have to understand. And I'm just going to flat out say it, folks. Those of you who think Abraham Lincoln was a hero, you're about to get woke up. Abraham Lincoln was the first true progressive president. He didn't want to save the Union. He wanted to launch a nation. Understand that the word nation has a legal definition. Hence the name of the movie that Woodrow Wilson, the first movie that was ever played in the White House, is a movie called The Birth of a Nation, written from a screenplay off of a book. Can anybody name the book that Birth of a Nation was based on? Google it real quick. Put it up in the chat, and I'll let you know if you're right. I'll give you 1 minute. And if you don't get it right, I'll just say it. All right? Then we have a question. Then why did they shoot Lincoln if he was one of them? Because he wasn't radical enough. Abraham Lincoln, although he was a progressive, he did not want to crush the South. He wanted to end the war, then bring the South back together in a union, and then launch the nation. Oh no, 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 no. That could not be allowed to happen. The South must be reconstructed, and land. Here, let me say something. Bingo, Rick Koska got it. The name of the book that was made into a movie called The Birth of a Nation, was based on a book called The Klansman. What? You mean after the KKK? You mean to tell me that Woodrow Wilson was a racist? Oh, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Since Woodrow Wilson was the president who desegregated. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Silly me. Woodrow Wilson was the president who segregated the military, who segregated America. Who do you think wrote the Jim Crow laws that segregated America and had white-only bathrooms, white-only restaurants, black-only restaurants, and black-only restrooms? Did you know in the South that there were areas of the South where black-owned businesses only served black people and white people were not allowed in those businesses? Oh, wait a second. Are you telling me, Ben, that there was reverse discrimination? No. Discrimination is discrimination. My friends, once I get done with you guys on these history lessons, you're not going to look at America the same way. You're going to look at the last 150 years and you're going to say, what a shit show this has been. And why didn't somebody tell us this? Oh, yeah, my friends. Oh, we're going to dig deep. Yes. Lincoln also in his speech talks about the Articles of Confederation. Oh, you touched the third rail of the Progressive Party. See, I'm going to do a whole history show on the Confederation and legally what that is. Did you know the first president of the Americans was black? Somebody just spit up their coffee. I heard them. Yes. The first president of the Americas was black. And it wasn't George Washington. But that's history you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know that George Washington's best friend was a black guy. He was French. Daddy-O, John Hanson. Google that. See, my friends, you think that this is just another election, just another, we're going to be disappointed at the end of this. I want you to take a second. I want you to realize Trump, like him or hate him, it doesn't matter. Trump has all the information now. All of it. Do you think Trump's gonna go through all this and he isn't gonna throw some bombs of knowledge out there? Wait till the debates, my friends. Oh, Lord. Remember when we all applauded when Trump told Clinton, if I was, you'd be in jail? That's gonna look like a compliment when Trump gets done. You're about to see so many CEOs quit. You're about to see so many government people quit. See, Trump is a bull in a China store this time. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. And he's a bull in a China store. And everyone who gets in front of him is going to sink in the quicksand of truth. I'm going to point out McConnell on that little statement. McConnell, you might want to get your turtle ass out of the way, because your wife's charity would never survive a paragraph of what Trump knows. Might want to ask the wife if she's willing to have all the truth come out about her and Mrs. McCain's charity. I don't think so. I think the wife might want you to retire, my friend. This is going to be a glorious 2 years. This is going to be so much damn fun, because See now, oh, and um, watch for an announcement on Twitter. Just say, oh, welcome back, 17. You guys have got a lot of work to do. This is going to be so much fun. I don't want one of you getting discouraged about anything that's going to happen from here on out. Because it is going to be hilarious watching these mainstream media people trying to avoid the Trump quicksand. These people are going to lose their effing minds. There are going to be politicians that are going to need to wear diapers during Trump speeches. I look forward to this, folks. I've been waiting for this. I've been positioning my chessboard to help as much as I can. Now, what you guys are going to learn and what you guys are going to be able to experience and what you guys are going to be presented with is going to blow your mind. Now, whether you do this or whether you don't is up to you. But as we go along, you're going to see this roll out. And whether you do it now or whether you do it later, you're going to do it. You just don't realize it yet. Go to CALIX Solutions. There's a link under my video. And get a Liberty laptop. Because you're going to learn very quickly how your computer that you use on a daily basis is going to become a paperweight as we go along. See, what you guys don't understand is that your laptop that you all have that is not a CALIX laptop has back doors. Your browser you use can be shut off. See, when you've heard of a blackout of information. It's not just going to be the television. Your your Chrome won't work. Your what's the other one from Microsoft? Edge? Or yeah, none of that will work. Oh yes, thank you, Bamboo, for reminding me. Under here, for those of you who are into cryptos and buying Bitcoin and other tokens, Caleb and Brown, the link's under here. Only place I recommend. I'm not recommending Coinbase. And for those of you who have watched my show, I'm not even recommending Kraken right now. And that's saying something, because I don't know for sure. But with Caleb and Brown, I know for sure you get your coins like that. Caleb and Brown don't want to hold your damn coins. You buy them, they send them to you. They don't want nothing to do with this bullshit. Right? Think of Coinbase as like Walmart leaving your groceries at Walmart. Think of Caleb and Brown as like Uber Eats or Grubhub. They want your order, but they ain't keeping it. They're sending that shit right to you. They don't want none of the hassle of holding on to your stuff. Now, they will if you ask them to, but they're not going to go, hey, if you want us to hold that, we'll do that for you. No, they don't want nothing to do with that. They're like, look, you buy, we send. That's it. Right? Caleb and Brown. The link, all right, is under here. Even if you don't want to buy Bitcoin right now, click the link and at least open an account at Caleb and Brown. Just open an account. You don't have to buy anything. Because Caleb and Brown is that thing that you want to have just in case you need it. Trust me, you'd rather have a Caleb and Brown account and not need it than need it and not have it. And plus, Caleb and Brown, it's a phone call. Hey, what's up? Jake's who I deal with. Anyway, what's up, brother? Yeah. Yep. Like $6,000 worth of Bitcoin. Yep. Same address. Thank you, brother. Love you. Bye. Click. That's it. Wire it over. The Bitcoin comes right back. Said and done. See, because once you build a relationship of trust, voila, you're good. Okay, now, so I always squirrel off. How the hell's it been an hour already? C'est la vie. Okay, Two things. Number one, call 702-845-8276 and get your beautiful, sexy, freedom-loving ass a beautiful and sexy, freedom-loving laptop. Liberty laptop. And erase yourself off the internet. It helps you do it and gives you the tools that you need to do it. Shh, keep this between us. Number two, Patreon show tonight, 3 hours. First, we learn about silver because did you know that silver is in a lot of medications? We'll talk about that later. But 2 hours of 1913 history. Oh, tonight's going to be fun. Okay, click the link under here. You got 3 of them. You got to click. Number one, probably the laptop. Number two, Caleb and Brown. Number 3, my Patreon. There you go. Love you guys. I will see you tonight for 3 hours of nonstop sexy Bitcoin Ben. Be there because your wife sure will be.